Hey everybody, hope and pray you're doing well today as we come to our word from the Word. And today that word is pinnacle. Pinnacle. Now, as we're talking about prayers and how this could be the pinnacle moment, there are those moments when even when we've made mistakes and we've gone back and forth this week from being powerful, working in allowing God to work through us and giving Him all the glory, to powerless when we basically take God out of the equation and try to do everything on our own. But now we come back to the pinnacle moment of Samson's career, I guess, if you want to put it that way. But also that pinnacle prayer that even in his dying breath, he wants to do right. And I think if we would all kind of have that attitude, that we don't know when our last breath will be, but that with every breath we take, if that would be the pinnacle moment. Like up to this point, let today be the pinnacle moment of your prayer life. Let today be the pinnacle moment of your evangelism and your ministry that way, or whatever ministry God has called you to do. Let today be the pinnacle. So here in Judges chapter 16, just going to look at verse 28 and 29. It says, Then Samson called to the Lord, saying, O Lord God, remember me, I pray. Strengthen me, I pray, just this once, O God, that I may with one blow take vengeance on the Philistines for my two eyes. And Samson took hold of the two middle pillars which supported the temple, and he braced himself against them, one on his right, one on his left. And we'll keep reading in verse 30. Then Samson said, Let me die with the Philistines. And he pushed with all his might, and the temple fell on the lords and all the people who were in it. So the dead that he killed at his death were more than he had killed in his life. Some 3,000 people gathered together. And as they had, after the powerlessness that he had and was able to be captured, they bring him into this big party as they're celebrating defeating him, celebrating even the victory of their little g God that they were serving. They come here to ridicule. They poke out his eyes, and just to think how miserable he would have been, all the while understanding and knowing that the reason he had no strength was because he had been disobedient, that he had not lived up to what God had called him to do. And so it's as if in this final moment, he says, you know what, God, just give me strength once more. Just once more, God, give me the strength. And even though he knew it was going to cost everything that he had, he was more victorious then. He was really more obedient then than he was at any other time. Because at that point, he was more selfless than ever before. Other times, you kind of get some arrogance and some ways that he was going about things maybe in the wrong way. Still accomplishing God's will, maybe having some wrong motives in there. Not completely being obedient. There's a lot of ups and downs in his life, and if we're honest, aren't we the same way? There's a lot of moments where we know what we've been called to do, and maybe we get it done, but we really don't do it the easiest way. We don't take the easiest path. Maybe sometimes we like to play games, as he did, with riddles and things like that. Maybe at times we don't take it as seriously as we should. But there comes a time where we all have to come to the realization that there is no better time to pray than right now. There is no greater moment in your life than right now. And tomorrow you will have another one of those. And you say, well, what do you mean? How do you know that's going to be the pinnacle? Well, isn't every day that we are closer to our time with the Lord, isn't that the best day we've had so far? And if we're growing in our relationship with the Lord like we're supposed to, and each and every day we look more like Him, shouldn't today be more celebrated than yesterday? And the fact that you woke up today, shouldn't today already with its new blessings, and you say, oh yeah, well, it's got new miseries with it too. Well, that's what Satan wants you to believe and what he wants you to focus on. But my Bible says that his mercies, the Lord's mercies, are new every morning. So let today be the newest day that you have. Let today be that day that you pray more. We talked about this in Sunday school Sunday, that we would maybe pray more, or study more, or worship more, or have gospel conversations more, whatever the case may be. We don't know when we're going to take our dying breath. Yes, Samson knew at this moment that, hey, this is going to be it. And there may be time, we may all come to a moment where we realize that it's all about to end. But even in our dying breath, we can still do the will of God. And if we seek to live our lives like that every single day, then every day will be a pinnacle. God bless you, and I pray you have a great, great day.